Welcome to In Our Neighborhoods. On this month's show, we will interview the neighborhood rep of Strawberry Hill. We will take you to a combined neighborhood Mardi Gras party. But first, reporter Doug Wright visits the Crescent Creek neighborhood for their concrete cocktail party.
This month on In Our Neighborhoods, we are in the neighborhood of Crescent Creek, which is having a concrete cocktail affair. And we are here to enjoy that and talk to some of the residents about this wonderful neighborhood. As we pan around, we're looking at the homes of Mike and Monica Vaccaro and also the home of Judy Lampe and Bob Edelman. The food is hot and plentiful, and everybody seems to be enjoying themselves. This is one of the older neighborhoods on the south side, and we're going to be talking to several of the neighbors here in Crescent Creek to find out what this neighborhood's all about. Okay, we're here talking to our own Judy Lampe. Judy and her husband Bob and the next door neighbors, the Vaccaros, have graciously agreed to host this concrete cocktails. And Judy, how often does this happen and how'd you get involved this time?
You know, it really does happen periodically. I can't say that it happens like once every 3 months, but various groups get together. But this one today really invited everybody in the neighborhoods, and we kind of have a challenge in our neighborhood because part of our neighborhood is separated by Sun City Boulevard. So it's really nice to get as many people out as possible.
And how many people you figure are here?
That's a good question, and I'm going to refer that question to our neighborhood rep.
All right, I understand also, we'll talk to some of the residents, participants, that you got a little question and answer going on George Washington's birthday.
Right, you know, today is his birthday. We're going to find out how old he would really be today. And
Okay.
There's some other very interesting questions. So let's see what some of the neighbors have to say.
Well, Judy, thank you, and thank you for doing this, and we're going to move around.
Thank you.
We're here with the neighborhood rep for Crescent Creek, Gina Delaney. And Gina, thanks for speaking with us. And how long have you been the rep?
I've been the rep for, well, this is my second year. Okay.
Okay, and how large is Crescent Creek? It seems like it's huge.
Oh, it's 130 houses here, rooftops, and we enjoy them all.
Okay, and it seems like you got those rooftop people here. And tell me, I mean, how often do you hold these social affairs?
Well, we try to hold something at least once a month. It may not always be a driveway cocktail party like this, but it could be other things. It could be a dance or a social affair or even bowling. We've done bowling before. Yeah, so.
Okay, so it sounds like a very active neighborhood, and the neighborhood is about how old?
The neighborhood is over 12 years old now.
Well, Gina, I know that one of the activities today is George Washington questions, and what's yours?
Mine is how old would George Washington be today? And he would be 287 years old.
Boy, that's
a lot
incredible.
older than me.
Yeah, a lot older than all of us, thank goodness.
Thank
Thanks.
God, maybe put together.
We're here with John Rothwell, who is what we would call an original resident of Crescent Creek, moved here in 2006. And he has an interesting tale about the origins of this neighborhood.
Yes, this neighborhood was once a concrete plant. When we moved here and we went to the Del Webb office to pick our lot, we couldn't get here. We couldn't drive here. No one would, because it was a huge concrete plant. It was all flat. There were no streets. And when we came back later for the approval of the drywall, then they had the streets in here. But at that time, all the concrete was manufactured here at this location in where the Crescent Creek neighborhood is.
That's fantastic. And you also have a George Washington question.
Yes,
What's yours?
Yes, I do. Did Washington have to die when he did? Well, not really. Had he gotten the pneumococcal pneumonia shot that we have today, he probably would have lived longer than 67. He died on December 13th, 1799. So had we had better medication back then, but he lived to be 67 years old. And in that time, I think 67 was probably a pretty good age.
Well, it's a pretty good age now, too.
It is. I agree with that.
John, thanks so much
You're
for
welcome.
your time.
Thank you.
I'm here with P.J. Campbell, who is a longtime resident of Crescent Creek.
This is the best neighborhood, and everybody here was chosen to be here. And some new person moves in, and we just scoop them right in with our activities. We often have had Mexican Train on Wednesday nights, and the women play Mexican Train, and the men go out to eat, which is good for them, and there's male bonding and good stuff like that, and we have a lot of fun, and a new person is invited to come on down. And
Well, that's great that you integrate so well with the new folks. What's your George Washington question?
well, the question is, so the cherry tree isn't real either, and I don't think it was real. I think it was probably a myth or a fable. It sounded good, and I don't know who was there, but George and the tree. I don't think there's anybody there to observe and mark the whole thing down. So I think it just sounded real good.
Probably the same guy that said he threw a silver dollar across the Potomac.
Right, I think so.
Well, thank you, PJ.
Okay, well, nice talking with you, Doug.
I'm here with Karen McCaw here at Crescent Creek, and she's a member of the social committee. And how much planning goes into your social activities?
Oh, well, we get together a few times a year to discuss what we're going to do for events. And we do a lot of informal driveway cocktails, but this is done a couple times a year that we have big groups, and we always have a great turnout. It's a fabulous neighborhood, really outgoing, friendly.
Well, it seems like you got over 130 homes and a lot of people, so that's really impressive. You get everybody together.
Yeah, we love it. I mean, I've only been here for a year and a half, and I feel like I've lived here all my life. Everybody's so warm and welcoming.
Well, that's a good follow-up, because a lot of neighborhoods, when somebody moves into an established neighborhood, don't come together so well, but this neighborhood seems to.
Oh, yeah, we drove down the street to move in, and people were coming out of the house and stopping us before we could even get to our house, just to welcome us and introduce themselves. So it's fabulous.
Well, that's great. We thank you so much for talking to us today, and go have some fun.
All right, thank you.
We're here with Bobby Bryson Dillman. And Bobby, you seem to be, and everyone else seems to be having fun, but what's special about this neighborhood for you?
This is just a great neighborhood with great people. We all like to have fun, and we all enjoy each other's company, and that's what's important.
Well, do you get involved in a lot of group activities or projects as well?
I have on occasion, but I still work part-time, so, you have to balance your work life with your fun life.
Okay, that's great. Do you have a George Washington question?
I have a George Washington question. He was the first president. No, that's not the question. Okay.
Even I know that.
Right. What's the deal with the wooden teeth?
Yeah, what is the deal with the wooden teeth?
So for years, they perpetuated the rumor that George Washington had wooden teeth. And people believed it, including me, because that's what they told us in school. But in 2005, they actually did an analysis of one set of his dentures. Bam! Wrong. Not true. Not true. According to that, they were made out of gold, ivory, lead, and human and animal teeth.
Well, that's certainly something we all need to know.
I thought that was important information so that you can correct it for your grandchildren and your children.
Well, I'm sure to do that. Hey, thanks so much for talking with us.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Ev Sellers is the social chair here at Crescent Creek. And Ev, this is a heck of an occasion. And you do this all the time, or every Friday, or what?
We do driveway cocktails whenever we want. We do it a couple times a year as a neighborhood. Sometimes we just all sit out on the driveway, and whoever comes by, and we have a fire pit. The plans for the summer is a big pool on the front driveway for real. And, just with the heat, to beat the heat, but we do it a lot, yes.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been social chair many years for Crescent Creek. I was the past rep. And after Gina took over, then I stayed on as social chair.
And how many other events do you have during the year?
Oh, we have a lot. We have scavenger hunts. We have Lake Somerset parties. We're going to have Halloween, Oktoberfest. We have golf cart parade. We do post-holiday party. We don't do, a holiday party. And now I'm going blank. But just about anything.
Well, it sounds like quite a lot. And I have to say that everybody looks like they're really enjoying each other, which is the object after all.
Absolutely. We have a great neighborhood, and we get together as much as we can.
Well, thanks for your time, Ev. That was great.
Thank you.
Georgia Lash had the pleasure of attending the Astor Fields and Heritage Oaks Mardi Gras party. Heard there was great music and great food, Georgia.
I read that the celebration of Mardi Gras dates back to 1703. And it's 2019 and we're still celebrating, and Sun City representing tonight. We're here at Pinckney Hall. Astor Fields has invited us into their Mardi Gras party, and they've also invited another neighborhood, Heritage Oak Place. 2 neighborhoods, twice the fun. I'm ready. Let's check it out. I'm here with Bobby Giddings, and Bobby, you have had the experience of being in New Orleans for Mardi Gras.
Oh yes, on several occasions. I lived there for 15 years.
Whoa.
These are real Mardi Gras beads, and I won't tell you what I had to do to get them.
We were going to be delicate about the subject of beads this evening. Now, what is it about being in New Orleans compared to any other place for Mardi Gras?
Well, it is Mardi Gras. And it's so much fun, and it's also, people don't know this, it's also very much of a family event. It's not just a, debauchery and, crazy people running around naked. It's families and getting together and different crews, and the food and the music and the floats. The floats are fabulous.
Now, the organization that puts the floats and some of the events together, you just said that. They are called what?
They're called a crew. Krewe.
And there's so much symbolism involved in what
Yes.
they do. It's amazing. So we're trying to get our viewers to learn a little bit more about the traditions of Mardi Gras. So a trivia question.
All right.
Okay, now I may not use the proper terminology, but true or false, is it illegal, or let's say not protocol, to be on any Mardi Gras float without a mask?
You cannot be on a float without a mask or your face painted. Nobody should know who you are.
I never knew that before until I read that a little bit ago. What else struck you? If you had to tell anybody one spectacular fact about New Orleans Mardi Gras, what would it be?
There's so many different things. It's really easier if you buy your beads and then you don't have to make a fool of yourself to get them. That's always a good thing. And but people spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to buy beads, to throw them away and give them to total strangers. It's amazing.
But great experiences,
it's
I'm
so
sure,
much fun.
tucked away, and I'm sure you'll replicate that tonight here.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing
Thank
all your
you.
knowledge. Bobby Giddings, a veteran. I'm here with some old friends, not old in age, but certainly frequent visitors to Sun City TV, and I caught them here tonight at the Mardi Gras party. I have Martha and David Spisso. David's typically talking to us about Jasper County. Martha's typically telling us what's going on in that world of dancing here. But tonight, they're going to talk Mardi Gras. All right, David, what's your favorite part of Mardi Gras?
Well, actually, I like gumbo.
Oh. Okay, can I stick a little trivia question in for you?
Okay.
What's the difference between gumbo and jambalaya?
You got me there, but I think the gumbo's a soup and jambalaya is like a mixture. I don't know.
I think you're close, okay?
Tell me what it is. Do you know
It's
the
really,
answer?
it's actually, they talk about gumbo is the stew and jambalaya is like more like a casserole.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
You were right.
Yeah.
You're right. Good show.
I learned this. Okay. Now, Martha, what are some of your memories of past Mardi Gras?
Oh, Mardi Gras is so festive and colorful and free spirits. And I tell you what, I grew up in Mississippi. So we are very related to people from New Orleans. And we love it because they just love to party. And I'm a party girl.
And I like the idea that it's sort of the bailout day before we're all supposed to get really serious and good.
Oh, yeah.
We get one day to try that. Okay. So if you had to think about helping our viewers understand a little bit more about Mardi Gras, you mentioned you're a neighbor of New Orleans.
Yeah.
So what's New Orleans also called?
The Big Easy.
All right. We kind of know why sometimes. All right. And David, we will ask you another trivia question. We already stumped you on that. Well, we didn't stump you on the gumbo issue. But if you had to tell me, what's the first city that you think Mardi Gras was actually held?
In the South, I believe it might be Mobile. Mobile.
Mobile, Alabama. Ding, ding. You're both right. Enjoy your evening.
Oh, thank you so much.
Take care.
Let the good times roll.
Laissez les bon temps rouler.
Yes, that's right.
I am here with Bob and Eileen Waite, and I've learned their names because Bob taught me. His name is Bob, and her name is Eileen. And if you don't think that'll make a fun interview, nothing will. All right. What are you enjoying most about the idea of a Mardi Gras party?
Oh, just to really let loose and just have a good time, be yourself, dance crazy. You kind of hide behind the masks and really enjoy yourself.
Okay. Now, what cuisine are you looking forward to tonight, Eileen?
Well, I'm hoping for some jambalaya and something hot and spicy.
Ooh.
Spice up my life a little.
The food was great last year.
I believe you have the same chef this year.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, I'm here as a guest, so tell me a little bit. You're residents of Astor Fields. Where is it? How many rooftops?
Well, we have 167 rooftops. We are on both sides of Sun City Boulevard, past the ball field, about a mile from the Bull Hill Gate.
Okay, very good. All right. And so you have invited another neighborhood to participate with you today, and I thought that was extremely gracious. You have Heritage Oak Place joining you.
Yes, we like to be neighbors, good neighbors, no fences.
And talk about a great way to celebrate, to share with other people. Now, we want to share some Mardi Gras knowledge with our viewers. So I have a couple of trivia questions. Eileen, this is a tough one.
Yes.
All right. What are some of the, I'm going to make you see if you know all three of the actual colors of Mardi Gras, the official colors.
Green, gold, and purple.
Very, very good. That was excellent. That was excellent. You have studied.
I have.
In the midst of Drowsy Chaperone.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Come see the show.
Bob, we'll throw an easy one.
Wait a second.
Okay, wait.
That was one I knew. So now what are you going to ask me? One I don't know? Can she help me?
This is so easy. This is so
Okay,
easy.
all right.
Okay. I am going to ask you, if you had to translate from French the term Mardi Gras, what does it mean?
Much thankfulness, much thankful. How about that? Much happiness.
I'll be a generous teacher and say, oh, you're so close. Good try, Bob. It actually translates to Fat Tuesday.
Yes.
Gras
okay.
is fat.
Well, I was using my Latin.
Well, you know what threw you? It's Saturday. So we're really at Samedi Gras. Thank you. Have a good time. I caught up with party goers Karey Norris and her husband Dallas Norris. Now, Dallas, you told me you've been in New Orleans. Yes. Do you say New Orleans or do you say New Orleans?
I say New Orleans.
Me too.
Okay.
Okay. Now, have you been there for Mardi Gras?
No, I haven't, but I have been there.
Beautiful city. Beautiful city, full of tradition. Okay, what are you looking forward to tonight, Karey, in this celebration?
Dancing.
Love dancing. Okay, all right. So now you're under some pressure here. All right, so I am going to ask you, we already asked you a food question, so you're on the food roll. The traditional king's cake that's served at Mardi Gras, what is the prize you find in a king cake?
I can't answer that, Georgia. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Baby? A baby.
Are you calling me baby or is that your answer?
You're a baby too, but I yell. I say a baby.
It is a baby. It is a baby. You enjoy your evenings. Thank you. Take care. I'm here with Rose Glica, who's got the toughest job of the evening. Rose, you're the organizer of this event. And you've invited another community in with you. And how many guests are you expecting tonight?
198.
Rose, that is a lot of work.
It's like a wedding. It's just like a wedding.
It's a big wedding.
A big wedding.
Okay, a big wedding. What motivates you to do this?
Craziness. I'm just speaking off the cuff. Just the fact that I like to make people happy and smile and bring out the best in them, the enthusiasm. I feed off of their enthusiasm. They feed off of mine. It makes it very enjoyable. And I just love to party. I'm sorry. I really love to party. Take after my mother. So that's it.
party with 190 some other people with you. Exactly. Okay. All right. Now, what are you actually looking forward to in a Mardi Gras celebration? What's your personal best?
That everyone loves the food, loves the music. I see them dancing. I had one last year here as well, not as many people, and they were not bored a minute. They were dancing like crazy. They had a ball, and that's what I want to see. That, to me, spells success.
I'm here with Bonnie DeSimone, who's the social chairman of Heritage Oak Place. Today we celebrate two neighborhoods, twice the fun. How did this come to be?
Well, it turns out that we had planned an event like this and found out that Rose had planned the same event for 1 week later. And we were a little worried about being able to meet the minimum required for the caterer, and she felt the same way. And I thought, well, why don't we just have one party, combine forces? We'll definitely meet our minimums. As you can see, we are well beyond the minimum. And that's how it happened.
Thank you for coming to share this information, Bonnie.
My pleasure.
As always, you help us have fun in Sun City.
We hope so.
We're about to say goodbye, but our Sun City neighbors are here to party on. And to them we say, laissez le bon temps rouler. And thanks for showing us how we celebrate Mardi Gras in our neighborhoods. Georgia Lash for In Our Neighborhoods.
Chris Chase checks in on what's new in the Strawberry Hill neighborhood.
We're fortunate today to be here with Maggie Dillsworth, the neighborhood rep for Strawberry Hill. Now, Maggie, how do you actually get your committees?
Well, I have been fortunate enough to, when I send out emails, that the positions are filled, that somebody will step up and take the position.
Now, as far as the alternate rep, what exactly do they do?
My alternate rep is new. She has had the position for 2 months already, so she's learning the tricks of the trade, I guess you could say. And right now, I guess she's shadowing me to see what is needed in the neighborhood to be done, and we discuss things that need to be done. And we'll sit down and start planning on what she will be able to do for the neighborhood.
Now, as far as the dues go, do you pay them yearly or is it a one-time?
Our neighborhood's 4 to 5 years old, so the first year everybody donated $5 rooftop. And then when I was elected 2 years ago, at one of my meetings, a neighbor stood up and asked if, or put it out for the neighborhood that everybody give $20. So it passed, everybody has given $20, and that's our working budget. And so far we haven't had to ask for any more money, and I'm hoping that we won't have to.
So Maggie, what do you do with these neighborhood funds?
With our neighborhood funds is where we purchase our paper products for our get-togethers and any kind of reimbursement as to the decorations, Sunshine Fund, and memorials.
Now, Cynthia, how do you determine what activities to run for your neighborhood?
Well, Chris, first we have regular meetings approximately every other month. Many neighbors attend. We ask for suggestions. We've also sent out surveys to our neighbors. I'd say a little bit more than half of our neighbors have answered the survey, so we get an idea of what they like. And generally, we plan our activities around holidays and themes. For example, we've done a first day of summer pool party. We've done a Veterans Day brunch at the clubhouse, which was also very popular.
What are the most popular activities?
We've been lighting the street in December with candles. What we did this year is we included what we called Light the Night, which is from the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So our residents walk the street with flashlights, and then they gave donations to the LLS Society, and then we had, of course, desserts and hot chocolate and coffee, but the response was that people really loved that event, and I would love to get other neighborhoods involved to do it with us next year, because we're definitely going to do it again.
Well, thank you, Cynthia, for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
We have so many interesting segments to share with you, and we'd like to continue to do so. So please tell us what's going on in your neighborhood. You can contact us by emailing us at suncitytvhh@gmail.com. And stay tuned to SCTV for more episodes of In Our Neighborhoods.